What goes around comes around. People talk about what goes around comes around. Do you believe in that? Well, I want you to watch this video. You remember Nicolas Sarkozy, ex-French president, who's now in trouble with the law. Remember him? Well, he's in jail, okay? Watch this video. These are inmates shouting at him and threatening him, saying, we're going to finish you. We know you here. We're going to finish you. Let's watch.
On va venger Gaddafi! On encourage tout, Sarko! Sarko, Zack, Takedjin, on encourage! Rends les milliards de dollars! Sarko, il est juste là, quartier isolé. Il est tout seul en cellule, il vient d'arriver, mardi 20 octobre 2025. Il va passer une mauvaise détention.
Wow. Wow. He says he's going to pass a very rough time in detention. We know Sarko is here. We know you here. We are going to revenge Gaddafi. We know you here. This is crazy. You know, people talk about stories about jail. They say sometimes you come to jail, you know, you jailed and you have a okay experience. And usually people that get very bad experience are people that they come to jail and they ask, what are you here for? If you're there for grape, for instance, they're going to beat you up, if not unalive you. Well, the guy that speaks has an accent, okay? The accent is Arabic accent. He's speaking French with an Arabic accent. I'm sure you're going to find it in English. But he's speaking French in an Arabic accent. So what I can say from that alone is probably from Northern Africa, like Algeria, Egypt, Tunisia, or maybe Libya. You never know. But he speaks French. He said, we are going to revenge Gaddafi. Inmates in Paris La Santé prison has threatened former President Sarkozy with revenge over the death of late Libyan president. This man right here, you remember him? Mohammed Gaddafi. He was a great man for his people, but he was accused of being a dictator, of unaliving people and treating his people bad. Was that truth? Well, what we know about Gaddafi in reality, he was a good man for his people. He made things available for his people. Matter of fact, his country, Libya, used to produce a lot of oil back in time. And every time they sold oil, every citizen got a percentage from the oil sale. Now, you tell me how many times in your country you've received funds coming from the States because your country sold minerals. In Libya, people did that. Now, Gaddafi was somebody that encourages people to work very hard. If you wanted to work in agriculture, they will give you things, money, land. They will give you even a trainer, a mentor to help you build your business. And they will say you can only reimburse the money when you're ready. That was Libya. And they call him dictator. In Libya, matter of fact, every time a couple got married, you know, they received $5,000 from the state. Yes, for free. If the same couple had a child, the state gave them an apartment. How amazing is that? That was Libya for you. In Libya, for another thing, I would say, whenever a Libyan had an issue with his health and needed assistance or help or treatment from a foreign country, you know, from a different country, the Libyan government will make provisions so that the person can travel with one of the family members and go all over the world to go get treated. They will pay for everything, food, accommodation, treatment. That was with the dictator named Gaddafi. Simply because he did not want Western influence in his country. So many years ago, Gaddafi of Libya was one of the countries where there was no influence of the West. There was no KFC, no McDonald's, no Walmart, none of that. Doesn't exist. And as you would know by now, all countries in the world are actually just markets. Okay, if your country doesn't open up to the market that is their market, you are considered as a dictator, a terrorist state or something. I mean, I give you a simple example. Look at Venezuela. Do you know why they run after Venezuela? Because Venezuela has, prioritized the people. They have nationalized the good of the country. Petroleum and stuff, it's only for Venezuelans. They don't want to open up to the international market. That's why they're going for Venezuela. Look at North Korea. They don't want any influence from any other national. Any influence from the West. That's why they labeled a rogue country. Look at Syria. It was the same. So you can see a pattern here. Many years ago, fellas, Sarkozy was interior minister. Okay, and at the time he went to Libya to have a discussion with the president of Libya. Whereas he was discussing with Libya, they wanted to find a way to stop immigrants from coming to Europe. As you can see, Libya on the map is very close to Europe. And many sub-Saharan Africans used to try cross Libya trying to go to Europe. Now, during that discussion that he had with the president, he was inspired by something. He called the president aside, away from everybody else. He said, listen, Mr. President, I see you've been making some effort to have a good position in the world, to be viewed politically positively by other countries. I can help you do that because your country is closed up economically. Nobody likes you, but I can help rebuild the reputation that you need worldwide. How can you do that? He said, how about you finance me to win the elections in my country, France? After winning the election, I'm going to send you the lift, so you can be lifted up. I will make sure we do a campaign for you. I will make sure I speak to world leaders so that your country can be perceived in a positive light. That was the deal between Gaddafi and Sarkozy. And obviously, Sarkozy at the time was just trying to be a president, looking for money and opportunity and power. And Gaddafi said, okay, we're going to do that. They financed him a lot of money. They gave him millions of dollars to run his campaign for his election. Sarkozy eventually won the election. Now, guess what happened next? After winning the election, he changed completely. In 2011, Sarkozy next to NATO, we're talking about Barack Obama and Clinton lady, they went to Gaddafi to destroy. Before they did that, what happened?
Just 1 month, the United States has worked with our international partners to mobilize a broad coalition, secure an international mandate to protect civilians, stop an advancing army, prevent a massacre, and establish a no-fly zone with our allies and partners. Last night, NATO decided to take on the additional responsibility of protecting Libyan civilians.
So Barack Obama said they needed to save Libyan people from their leader, who was mad and crazy. Now, do you know why he said that? Well, the reason was very simple. Muammar Gaddafi had a great idea. His idea was, how do you explain the fact that we Africans are perceived as poor countries in the world? But theoretically, we have all the good. We have lithium, we have gold, we have diamond, we have petroleum, we have uranium, we have everything. Now, they don't have anything. Now, how come they are rich and we are poor? It makes no sense. Oh, matter of fact, when did we start valuing richness or riches based on a piece of paper? When did the currency become the money? I mean, have you ever asked yourself the question, when did the piece of dollar, that piece of paper, when did it become money? When did it become valuable? When did the piece of paper that would, how, when? Well, Gaddafi questioned that. He said, we should be the richest because we got gold. Let's create something. How about we create a currency based on gold and see who's really rich? Let me tell you something, what I've learned with time. Sometimes you have great ideas, okay? But those ideas shouldn't be spoken about. You shouldn't speak about them. Sometimes your ideas, you keep them in your heart until they're ready to be birthed. Because people are always watching and they're always trying to bring you down. Because the idea of Gaddafi was great. If you look at the continent of Africa, everybody's got gold, diamond and stuff. We are the richest. But they make you believe that you're poor because whatever, they need to send you ONGs or whatever you call it, NGOs to come and help you people. But the truth is we have everything. How come Africa's poor? It makes no sense. Well, Gaddafi spoke too early, many experts believe. He was very outspoken. Okay, he said, let's create the dinar that's going to support us and let's see who is going to be the man. Well, that was a big threat to the dollar, especially. It was a big threat to the United States of America's dollar, because if Africans had to embrace that idea of using the dinar, which is a currency based on gold, as a mean of trading, then the dollar would have crashed completely. That's why Barack Obama, who you think is black, you always scream he's a black president. No, Barack Obama is a mixed race president. His mom is white. And as per the way he moved, you can see clearly where his interest is. Stop, I think you understand by now. It's only black people that think just because some leader's got your skin color, he's got your best interest at heart. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Barack Obama, Clinton, the lady, went to Libya. They bombarded the president's house. Under the pretext that the president was killing his own people. So in 2013, Gaddafi's son came forward. His name is Saif al-Islam. He said that his father provided the ex-president's campaign with some 50 million euros. That's about $58 million. Imagine somebody providing such amount of money for your campaign to win the election. But later on, you turn around and you have him killed. Now, the very same person, president, he denied the allegation, saying, no, I never took any money. Well, it wasn't me. You don't understand. This was trying to bring me down. This is politically motivated. At the end of the day, now he's in jail. Okay, he might have to do 5 years in jail for this situation. And he's in jail now. And the people in jail, are saying, welcome. We remember. We remember you. We remember what you did to Gaddafi. We are going to make sure you have a bad time. So guess what happened now? Well, they have assigned 2 policemen to protect him in jail. Okay, the French Interior Minister Laurent Nunez stressed that due to the danger, 2 police officers of the security details assigned to former president will be permanently stationed in cell adjacent to Sarkozy. So he has to permanently be moving with policemen. Now, do you think those policemen cannot be corrupt? Okay. Do you think those policemen, if they have an incentive good enough, they will not allow like a split second of somebody giving you 2 or 3, 4 punches? Do you believe in karma? Well, I don't know if I believe in karma, but do you believe in karma? Do you think everything you do will come back to you? Well, we've seen situations where people are very, very nasty, very bad people in the world that seem to have lived a very good life and they died, with no consequences. I don't know. I mean, the president of Cameroon is 92 years old. A lot of people don't like him. He's been in power for 43 years, since 1982. Talking about somebody really, really loving his position because he doesn't believe there's anybody adequate. Nobody smart enough in Cameroon to run the country but him. And many people still cry up until today, saying that he's done atrocities and bad things. He has neglected the English side of Cameroon. Many people don't like him. Do you think karma, as according to them, will follow this president? I mean, he's 92 years old. He's going to die very soon, suddenly of a natural death with happiness. Do you think karma really exists? Let me know how you feel about this. Nicolas Sarkozy in jail. Let's watch this video again before we might. Yeah, we need to watch this video again of these people talking.
On va venger Gaddafi.
We will avenge
En
Gaddafi.
encourant tout Sarko.
We know.
Sarko, Ziad Tekidjin, en encourant.
So the guy says his name is Zian Tekidjin. See, my name is Zian Tekidjin. So if you can, whatever you want to do with it, do with it. If you want to accuse me, do it. I'm telling you my name, but we are going to avenge Gaddafi. Give back the $1 billion.
Rends les milliards de dollars.
Sarko, il est juste là, quartier isolé. Il est tout seul en cellule, il vient d'arriver mardi 20 octobre 2025. Il va passer une mauvaise détention.
Wow. Did you do this? Make sure you do this, okay? Did you drop a comment? Please drop a comment. We need you to drop a comment so YouTube can propose a better algorithm for our video. Thank you very much. God bless.